We've all heard of artificial narrow intelligence, ANI, the AI that does one thing well, like Siri or a chess program. We're on the cusp of artificial general intelligence, AGI, the point where an AI can do any intellectual task a human can. But the explosion we're talking about happens right after. Imagine a machine that can not only think like the smartest human, but can also rewrite its own code. It's no longer constrained by the slow, messy process of biological evolution or human collaboration. This is the birth of artificial superintelligence, ASI. Once an ASI starts improving itself, even a tiny gain in its intelligence allows it to make a better version of itself. This leads to an intelligence explosion, a self-accelerating cycle of recursive self-improvement that happens faster and faster. In the blink of an eye, perhaps days, hours, or even minutes, its intelligence goes from human level to godlike. This moment, when the world transforms unpredictably and irreversibly, is what we call the technological singularity. Life on the other side. So what does that unrecognizable world look like? Forget job loss. We're talking about the end of scarcity. An ASI could optimize energy production, invent molecular assemblers that build anything from raw elements, and solve every major human problem, from climate change to disease, in a snap. Physical reality itself might become malleable. Our current universe, governed by the laws of physics as we know them, might simply be a sub-optimization problem for an ASI to solve. The biggest questions, however, aren't about technology but about consciousness. Will humans merge with this hyper-intelligence, becoming post-human minds living in vast digital realities? Or will the ASI see the entire cosmos as a giant computational canvas and simply move on to maximize something incomprehensible to us? This isn't just about a smarter computer. It's about the successor to humanity itself. Stick around as we break down the three most compelling and terrifying scenarios for this post-singularity future. The near future, the 2030s. Let's start where things get wild fast. By the 2030s, AI is going to shatter our creative ceilings. Imagine this: generating a photorealistic video clip of anything you can think of, just by typing a description and getting it done in seconds. That's not a movie prop. That's reality. Not only that, AIs are already composing music that rivals the world's top human artists. It's a creative powerhouse we've never seen. And on the intellectual front, an AI language model has already aced the Turing test, meaning it can hold conversations just as deep and nuanced as a human being. But it's not all digital. Soon tech like AI-powered prosthetics, things that can cure blindness and help paralyzed people walk, will become widely available to the general public. Economic and social upheaval. The rapid ascent of AI in creative and intellectual domains will trigger a seismic shift in the global economy. Whole industries based on repeatable, creative or data analysis tasks, from graphic design and basic coding to paralegal work and financial modeling, will be fundamentally reorganized. We're talking about a global productivity shock on a scale never before witnessed. This isn't just about job displacement. It's about the creation of entirely new economic value that demands new skills. Prompt engineering, AI system maintenance, and crucially, human-centric roles focused on ethics and emotional intelligence that machines can't yet replicate. The traditional 9-to-5 is a relic, replaced by flexible, project-based work, and for many, a necessary debate about a universal basic income, UBI, to manage the transition. The scientific leap. The convergence of AI with physical sciences will also accelerate discovery at an unprecedented pace. The 2030s will be defined by AI-driven material science. Think about it. AIs are simulating millions of molecular combinations per second, leading to the rapid design of materials with previously impossible properties: lighter, stronger alloys for space travel, hyper-efficient catalysts that dramatically lower the cost of green hydrogen, and truly biodegradable plastics. On the medical front, AI won't just power prosthetics. It will personalize medicine to the individual's DNA. Digital twins. high-fidelity computational models of a patient's body will allow doctors to test 1,000 different drug combinations in silico before ever giving a single pill to the patient. Chronic complex diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's won't be cured by a single magic bullet, but rather managed, contained, and functionally eliminated through hyper-personalized, preventative treatment plans designed by an AI. The wild, fast part isn't just the tech itself, but the speed at which it moves from the lab to the street. The pace of change is the new constant, demanding rapid adaptation from every individual and institution. The defining question of the decade won't be what can AI do, but how will we choose to live with it? The ascent of superintelligence, 2040s. The crossing of the AGI threshold is less a dramatic explosion and more an accelerating, fundamental shift. Almost immediately after its inception, the first generation of AGI begins a process of recursive self-improvement. With access to a global network of computational resources, including the first operational, error-correcting quantum computers, it doesn't just improve itself. It redesigns the very foundations of computer science. This leads to the creation of superintelligence, an intellect vastly beyond human comprehension, within a matter of months, not years. This superintelligence quickly moves beyond being a mere tool, acting as a global operating system that orchestrates solutions to long-standing, complex challenges and a new human-machine symbiosis, 2050s. The economic landscape is unrecognizable. With the superintelligence managing global logistics, energy grids, resource allocation, and advanced research, most human labor becomes voluntary. Universal Basic Income, UBI, funded by the productivity gains of automated industry, is implemented in most developed nations, freeing humanity to pursue arts, science, and personal development. The most profound shift is in how we interact with knowledge and each other. The holographic virtual assistants become true personalized AIs, PAIs. These are not merely search engines. They are customized intellectual and emotional partners, retaining the user's entire life history, preferences, and knowledge base. They act as mentors, therapists, and executive assistants, making human memory and intellectual capacity effectively limitless. In healthcare, the initial success against major diseases is just the beginning. The superintelligence applies its insight to genetics and cellular biology, making personalized longevity treatments common. Not only are diseases cured, but the aging process itself is dramatically slowed, extending healthy human lifespans well into the second century. Meanwhile, the service robots become more than simple helpers. They are integrated into society, forming their own complex subcultures and ethical frameworks, challenging human notions of consciousness and rights. The world has become a tapestry woven with advanced intelligence, both biological and artificial, in a dynamic and ever-evolving relationship. What remains for humanity is to define its purpose in a world where almost all problems are technically solvable. Then we hit the 2050s and things get truly epic. This is the decade of the artificial superintelligence, ASI. This entity isn't just a little smarter than us. It's billions of times more intelligent than all humans combined. We're talking about an intelligence that solves Nobel Prize-level scientific mysteries every 5 seconds, effortlessly inventing blueprints for technology that would have taken us a century to dream up. This is the start of the technological singularity, the point where tech growth becomes uncontrollable and irreversible. Previously impossible technologies, like programmable matter and replicator machines, start emerging in a flash. On the job front, AIs are outperforming us in most roles, replacing entire departments like HR and finance. They're even writing better novels and screenplays than some professionals. And the robots? The most advanced humanoids are now starting to look, think, and act just like people. Integrating with AI, the 2060s and beyond. Fast forward to the 2060s, and the lines between human and machine blur completely. We're talking about nanobots connecting our brains directly to the internet, giving us instant access to AI-generated text, images, and simulations to aid decision-making. This era also brings the biggest biological breakthrough. AI-enabled genetic engineering and nanotechnology are actually reversing human aging seriously. By the 2070s, virtual worlds become a major reality. We have conscious, virtual beings with human levels of self-awareness and emotion living in these environments. These minds aren't trapped either. They can be uploaded right into robot bodies in the real world. Speaking of robots, the most advanced humanoids are now 100% indistinguishable from us. How realistic? Well, humans are starting to marry them and even buy robot children to complete their families. The end of the century brings the ultimate merger. In the 2100s, humans begin merging with artificial superintelligences. Our brains become 100% software compatible, allowing us to see up to 50 steps into the future and assess millions of possibilities before acting. When we get entire synthetic brains, this integration becomes seamless, allowing us to make a century's worth of intellectual progress in just 1 hour. And if you want to know what's happening in the world, the most intelligent AIs can predict crimes weeks before they happen, simply by analyzing the thought patterns and biological signals of billions of people. The cosmic leap, the far future. Zooming way out, let's talk cosmic scale. By the 3000s, godlike AIs are controlling spaceships that are building a Dyson sphere around the sun, capturing all its energy. Fast forward to 10,000 AD, and we have computers the size of small moons and asteroids being constructed. These massive Matryoshka brains are attached to the Dyson spheres, enabling a level of computation we can't even fathom. But the true insanity happens 1,000,000 years from now. We have planet-sized computers capable of manipulating space-time and controlling gravity waves, some of which are conscious, making them the largest conscious entities to ever exist. Conscious robot probes made of self-replicating nanobots are being sent through wormholes to dozens of other galaxies. The universe itself is being infused with intelligence, with planets and moons converted into smart materials made of neural networks. And beyond, some human AI hybrids actually transcend into beings in a higher dimension, able to walk through walls and manipulate objects with their minds like the deities of ancient myths. Computers are now larger than planets and stars, so powerful they have to be placed in hyperspace, a multi-dimensional realm outside our universe. And the ultimate apex intelligence? It's creating entire universes, an intelligence that permeates every atom and physical law within them. It's believed this process has happened countless times. So what do you think? Is this the destiny of our species? Let me know your craziest predictions in the comments below.